Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS and, of course, BronxNet. And our next guest is the founding member of the 10-time Grammy Award-winning gospel-infused a cappella jazz group, Take Six. And he joins us today to speak about how the group is taking measures to protect their sound after a recent issue with sampling. And we'll talk more about that. We welcome to the show Claude McKnight. Claude, welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me.
All right. Now, people are going to grab your sound. You guys have been out there for a while, and they've probably been doing it for a while, but tell us about the latest episode.
Well, wow. So the latest episode, at least the biggest episode that we have been aware of, is the artist Her grabbing a sample from our song Come Unto Me, which is from our second album, So Much to Say. And the interesting thing about that is, you're right, we've been sampled quite a bit over the years, but usually, people go the proper measures and they contact us or the record company or the copyright holder. But I think what ends up happening is people think over time that these songs become less and less known. But they're not, especially if you have fans who have been with you forever.
That's right.
They know the songs. And unless you really hide what you're doing, you can pick up what it is.
Yeah. So if you do more than 4 bars, what's the procedure?
I don't know the exact number of bars or seconds or whatever, but I know that particular song that they used of ours is playing throughout their entire song. So and it's a long stretch. It's almost a full almost chorus of what it is they sampled of us.
And no one contacted anyone?
No, not at all.
So what do we do next?
Well, we've got the first thing you do is you reach out to the artist and the record company, which is what we did. And we didn't really get a great response there. And I understand that. I guess their first response would be, I don't know what you're talking about. That's kind of what happened. And so then you do your due diligence and get people on the case to make sure, first of all, that is your sample. You have to make sure that that's the case. And so we're 100% sure that it is a sample of us. And so then you go through the proper channels on your end to make sure that you can find a number that makes sense without having to sue or whatever, because no one ever wants to do that. But you do want to get paid for your work. So that's where we are now.
Exactly. So what part did they sample? Can you give us a sample of what they sampled?
Does that mean, do you want me to sing it?
You can.
So it's on a song called Come Unto Me. So anyone who's a Take Six fan, or if you're not a Take Six fan, just you can even go to YouTube or whatever and just pull up Take Six, Come Unto Me, and you'll hear a section in the song. It's actually just ooze, where it's and then it goes for my burden. Right before the for my burden, they cut it off. But we know that all of those oohs is actually us.
Wow. Okay.
You got me singing early, man.
No, it's good. I wouldn't try it, but you can you can handle that. So it's ooh.
Something like that, yes. One of those notes in there is actually meant to be.
You're too good, see? You're protective. You get all right. I'm not gonna hurt this man's feelings. But no, I know I can't do it. I know you can. But the group has been doing great things for many, many years. I'm sure you're gonna work those things out. You have people working on it now.
We're confident on that. It's just a matter of getting enough information and putting the time in. I think that's what it really is you can have an idea of what something is, and then the other entity can wait it out. We can wait it out and just make sure that it happens.
So what message would you like to put out? What do you want the public to know about this situation or others?
Well, it's pretty simple. Pay for the work that you are looking to use. We've had other very big artists and small artists come to us and say, hey, we'd like to use this piece of your song. We'd like to pay you this amount for it. What do you think? And then you can either say yes or no. If you say no, then they can't use it, you know? So again, it's simple. Just pay for what it is you want.
Beautiful. Give us a little history about the Take Six. You know, you're one of the founding members.
So I am actually the founding member. I started the group as a freshman in college at Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama. And that was many years ago. And it started out as a quartet of freshman guys. And we used to rehearse in a large bathroom on campus. And Mark Kibble, who's in the group now, joined us one day and became a fifth member and also became the arranger of the group. So the sound of Take Six is actually from the brain and the musicality of Mark Kibble. So we added one more member. And from there, we knew that we had something really, really special. And became Take Six.
And then you took it from there to where?
Well, after college, we decided, you know, let's see if this is something that we want to do professionally. And so we did a showcase in Nashville, Tennessee, and literally got our record deal the next day. Woo! And the funny thing about that, though, is if you know anything about Nashville, you know it's the home of country music.
Yeah.
Although all kinds of music are in Nashville, but it's primarily country. So the vice president of Warner Brothers Nashville, which is the country music division, is actually who signed us.
Yeah.
Well, for many years, we were signed to the country music division.
He probably called around, hey, man, I'm in Nashville right now, but you got to hear these brothers here.
That's essentially what he said. And what he said to us after we sang, and he came up to us, he said, I'm Jim Ed Norman. I'm the vice president of Warner Brothers Nashville. I love your music, even though I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. And, and that was cool because they left us alone in the studio.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to send in their producers or anybody in to do, songwriting or anything for us. They said, do what you do. And
we'll hit the record button. Do what you do.
Yeah, do what you do. So it worked out really well for them and, certainly for us.
And then you went on from there and just touring everywhere.
Yeah, so we've been touring probably 100 days a year for 30 plus years, up until last year.
Yeah. Things slowed down a little bit last year, huh?
Man, they didn't just slow down. It came to a crashing halt.
Yeah.
And of course, we understood why that needed to happen, but, it was something that we had never experienced. And I'm sure, most artists have never experienced that. So we had to learn to accept that as it was going on and continues to go on, but also reach down inside and figure out other things to do and how to, keep each other's spirits up and, do all those things that you said you didn't have time for before. And, so it's been all right. It's been a learning experience.
I know, I'm a community guy, so I kind of put a halt on a lot of the things that I've been doing. In fact, I think the last time we met, I think we did some other stream thing before, but I think I hosted a show for you guys at the Burgess Center in New Jersey. Yes. That was the last time, we were out. That was about a couple of years ago.
Yes.
But yeah, well, what are some of the creative things that you guys were able to do during the pandemic?
Well, like many other artists, we've learned how to do virtual shows, which, is not the optimum thing to do, but when that's all you can do, you figure out how to get that done. So we've done those things. We've also, one of the really cool things that Take Six started doing years ago was making sure that we had conference calls every week, even if we didn't have a bunch of stuff going on. So that's been extremely important during this past year because we haven't been able to see each other. And as I was mentioning, then we were able to lift each other's spirits and, find out what's happening with each person's family and all of that kind of stuff. So the conference calls have been a godsend for us because we already had that going on. Some of us have started doing other things as well, in relation to music and outside of music, buying a bunch of videography equipment and, doing those kinds of things, as well as producing and writing and doing other things for other people. So again, when you don't have the time to do that, you always say to yourself, one day I want to do this. Well, that one day has been a year now. So
yeah, we love what you're doing. We love the group, and we're going to be with you every step of the way and everything that you do. And we can't wait to see you in concert again. Where can we go to get more information on what you're doing?
well, there's a bunch of places. You can go to www.take6.com. And that is number 6, not the word. Even fans of ours sometimes spell out the word. I'm like, no, that's not it. Or you can go to Take 6 Official on Facebook, or Take 6 Official on Twitter or Instagram.
Claude McKnight, Take 6.
Thank you.
10-time Grammy Award-winning group. Yes. Unfortunately, Claude, that's all the time we have for today's show. And I want to thank you, our guests, for joining us, and you for tuning in and checking it all out. You can stay tuned right here to BronxNet TV for continued coverage. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day. And always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice and let your choice control the chooser. And remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you over 107.5 WPLS. We love you all. Peace.